Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the first tier talk, baby. The first tier talk. Trying something new, trying something different. I got Kevin Football Henry and Connor D2 Meehan, a.k.a. Dr. Edifa here with me. And what we got on the screen, you should be able to see the screen here. What we got here is what we think to be 22 of Tom Brady's deadliest weapons. And we're going to go ahead and try to tier list them. We're going to go rank them. We got S, A, B, C, F. And, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully we'll have a good time. How we feeling, fellas?
Feeling great, feeling great. I felt like this was the right move because he is enriched into the Patriots Hall of Fame already. Number 12 will never be worn again, according to Robert Kraft, but he is getting old. Nonetheless, wanted to get me in on here because he knows ball. He knows ball.
A little bit.
And he's been watching football just as long as we all have. But Meat, how you feeling? Real quick. Celtics get another championship, 13th of our lifetime. This
is not Buzz Talk.
I know, but I just want to get his initial thoughts, and that's it. That's the only, nothing crazy.
Oh, I mean, I could not feel any better. First of all, thank you guys for having me. I appreciate the just the idea of me, thinking of me when you guys are doing this new idea. I'm excited. Celtics, yeah, I couldn't be any happier. It's been a great week. It's been awesome. Actually, the 1 week that's probably nice to live in Florida as a Celtics fan.
Yep.
I've gotten to be such an asshole to all the Heat fans that have never shut up for years and years and years. And we're feeling great. Very emotional as that confetti came down. Mm-hmm. It was a better moment than I could have even imagined. And yeah, I'm an NBA champ, so I feel good.
We're all champions today.
That's right.
I'll say champions. We're moving on to the tier talk, but it is weird why we call it world champ. It is weird why we say world champ.
It's just
there's
nobody.
The World Series. The World
basketball.
Series also only happened in the U.S. It's strange. I find it strange.
No. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, I know.
He's wrong.
All right, well, we got 22 good players here, great players, some would say. Deadly weapons here, Tom Brady. I wish I had the Tom Brady pick. It's a hilarious pick. But I guess let's go ahead and get started. I got my list. So we got one thing I thought was pretty interesting was as I was making this list, because I am the workhorse, I didn't know half the players. And I think that, like literally half, and I think that kind of speaks about this double dynasty that Tom Brady lived in. Where, I mean, what did the Super Bowls happen, like 10 years apart?
Yes.
Which I just think that's pretty cool.
He really had 3 separate Hall of Fame careers.
Crazy.
He's the best. He's the best. But why don't we start with old Randy?
Man, you're up first.
Yeah, we're starting high. We're starting with one of my 2 S-tier selections, Mr. Randy Moss. Obviously, short-lived, but I can't remember. I think it was 50 touchdowns in 3 seasons with them. I know, Matt, you said you prefaced it with saying, I think on air, all Super Bowl champs. Randy's one of the only not Super Bowl champs on this.
News to me. He didn't win?
No. He was in the 10-year stretch, which again is crazy. 10-year stretch not winning a Super Bowl. I think it was 9 years actually, but either way. Yeah, it was like right around the turn of the decade. But 50 touchdowns in 3 years, close to 4,000 yards. They were amazing. Poetry in motion. Easy S tier for me.
This was ultimately he does belong in S tier, but the non-ring part certainly plays a big factor into like he's the last one in the S tier for me, because there's no ring there, and obviously they had that amazing season, and Randy is a Patriot for life. The emotional talk from him at Tom Brady's Hall of Fame stuff that hit different, right? And the fact that we couldn't get it done with the perfect season, but I really had a hard time putting him in S, but ultimately when you break the touchdown record, it's kind of you deserve that spot. So ultimately I agree, but it wasn't easy for me to put him in there.
Yeah, but I think far and wide the best, just on paper, receiver ever catching Tom Brady's balls.
Yeah,
Isn't it such a such a Travis, and this is basketball now, but I think Reggie Miller, I think Barkley, like it sucks when amazing athletes don't win. Like it kind of it kind of makes me sad. Tracy McGrady, it stinks. But I did not know. I thought he had a ring.
No, unfortunately not. He fell
I'm
in that
sorry,
middle
Randy.
part of the career. We're all sorry, Randy.
We are sorry, Randy. We are sorry. If I had a ring, Randy, I'd give it to you. I'd give it to you. Well, I am gonna just keep going down my list, and we got this beautiful man who I watched a CTE compilation of the other day, Rob Gronk Damkowski.
Yeah, this is an easy one for me. This is an S tier guy. No other way to put it. 15 touchdowns in the playoffs with Tom Brady. Gets another ring with him in Tampa. This was the surefire S tier for me overall. This is tough because first two are off the board, but like Gronk is the ultimate Brady weapon. He was great from the jump and only got better. Obviously, injuries suck, but I mean, the craziest catch I've ever seen was I think they were coming back against the Broncos on that Sunday night game, and he came up over the top, and it's just how he played the game, so physical. He's the best tight end in the history of the game. I don't consider Travis Kelce a tight end. I think he's more of a receiving kind of guy. He's not doing the blocking for Tom. I think Tom probably would want him on Tampa Bay more so for the blocking than the pass catching. I almost fumbled that one, but
Nice.
You did.
Nice pun.
yeah,
That's nice.
yeah, and nonetheless, yeah, he's a 1-1 S tier guy for me if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Easy 1 seed here. I agree with everything that you said, Kev. Wild to think what he could have been if the injuries weren't a thing. But he was one of those guys that just was wild to watch him. The hits that he would take, the hits he would put on people. I'm like, this dude, like, it's no surprise how he retired early. But I think what even elevates him even more, like, everything that you said is so true. But I also think, like, when Gronk came into the picture, Tom started to become, like, a little bit more personable.
Right.
Like, I feel like Gronk really opened up Tom to, like, relating or being relatable in certain ways that he hadn't been previously. And maybe you could argue that Gronk's probably in his ear, like, we can have fun and still be really good.
Mm-hmm.
Hence, all the things that led up to him leaving for Tampa and Gronk following him. So, yeah, absolute legend. Can't wait to retire his number. But certainly an S tier.
Yeah, I think either real quick. I think either the two plays that come to mind actually is the touchdown on that Sunday night game against the Colts, where he just 3 people could not take him down, dragging him by his feet into the end zone. And then I believe it was against the Redskins at the time, the R words, where he caught a ball and he
Bleep that one out.
Why? The two. No, that's hella liberal.
It's called fun. It's called fun, Kev. I'm making a joke.
Okay, sorry. Got to be more
Liberals can joke.
Liberals are people too. But
Liberals.
no, he gets like 2 guys on him, and he's just dragging them, breaks out, and fucking just runs down the field for a touch. I don't know. And then the story he talked about where Belichick called him and said, "We're going to trade you to the Lions." He's like, "All right, then I retire." And just didn't trade him. Like, you can't make that up. And
No.
good for him.
That's great. And also the fact that Bill also was like, hey, get the fuck off the stage the night that he got drafted. He talked about that on the TV documentary. He's literally on the Patriots for 3 seconds, and Bill was like, all right, stop being an asshole. Like, get off
That's
the stage.
incredible.
Yeah, goated.
Well, I might inadvertently have this list ranked goats to not goats. So I'm just gonna throw out someone random this time, and so I can try to get someone mixed in. So James White, Jimmy Dub.
Nice. Kev, you want to kick it off?
No, that's you.
Okay. All right. So James White is going to be a B tier for me. Fringe, honestly. but could
Fringe
make
C
an
or
argument.
Fringe A?
Fringe A. Fringe A for me because he was a guy that did everything for Tom. He was one of many, and we'll get into many of them, but he was one of many that was just as reliable pass catching as a runner. He was a great runner, but actually known more for pass catching. And he elevates to B tier from, or yeah, he elevates even from, the equivalent. We'll get into some guys that were similar to his play style that are a little bit lower, but he elevates, of course, due to just his Super Bowl and playoff production overall. He's one of a very small group of elite skill players for the Patriots in Super Bowls, and just a wonderful dude, great teammate. I think of some of the best just moments and Patriots Super Bowls, and James White's at the forefront of a lot of those. So that's where I land for him.
Yeah, I can't really push back on that. I think he's exactly where he should be. He probably should have been MVP of the Falcons Super Bowl. I think he had 13 receptions in that game.
Yeah, crazy.
I think Tom Brady gave him the car that he won, the truck, the GMC truck or something like that.
Yeah.
He's just a pro's pro, the ultimate professional. He's in media a little bit too, and just the way he carries himself, and bought into the do your job Patriots era, and he was exactly what Tom needs. You always need an outlet, kind of receiving back. Kind of got his career kind of got cut short by injuries, but while he was a Patriot, he was that perfect kind of third down back that you needed, and just the ultimate pro. I love James White, and he belongs in B at the very least for sure.
Oh, like a little B action. I love you, Kevin. A little B.
we both love you.
You're speaking for me, and don't do that.
Okay.
All right, I love this guy because this guy seems like a nut. Let's talk a little bit. Let me find him first. Come on, I can find him. I'm talented. I can find him. Here he is. All right, Chris Hogan.
Ooh.
He just seems like cray-cray.
In what way?
I don't know. I just see it in his eyes. You can see it in his eyes.
Do you know where he played lacrosse in college?
I know that he played Holy Cross or something like that.
Penn State.
Yeah.
Penn State.
Kev knows everything.
I don't know everything.
Wait, so I have to imagine he played football too, or no? He's just a grinder.
No, I think he played football too. But
That'd
Bill
be insane.
Belichick is in love with lacrosse guys. He was on the Bills, and he kind of cooked before coming to New England. This one here, I'm probably going to have to go fringe C, but I'm going F. He just
Not that guy.
he was awesome while he was here. I remember he had an amazing I remember this game. It was the AFC Championship against the Steelers. He cooked that game, but ultimately, he was never that big of a threat. He was a big part in coming back against the Falcons on that last drive. Great competitor, but ultimately, just skill-wise, with the rest of these guys on the board, he's F, not C. Fringe C, but F guy for me.
Dang.
Yeah, I'm not fully with you, Kev. When I originally made my prep work, I had him in D tier, which we're keeping it a little bit more concise. So I didn't have him all the way down in F, and I think you guys will see why when you hear some of my Fs. Because he was still very productive for a short period of time. When I say very productive, obviously there's levels to that. He's not in the Julian Edelman. He's not even close to Wes Welker. So there's levels to that, and it was a short period of time, and it was in spurts. But in the tiers that we have here, he's a solid C. Actually, I'd say bottom half C for me.
Bottom half C. Ooh, and is this a Matty decision? I don't know. Fight, boys, fight. Why, Kev? You're very F on him.
I just don't think he was
Just in the crowd, he's not really standing out. You see these guys.
I think talent-wise that all these guys are, if not most, I'm not going to say all, but most are. I can see why he belongs in that C tier, but at the same time, I just production wise, I don't, and longevity wise, like I don't see it.
I can accept him in F. I'll submit.
Okay.
Good guy,
I was
me
gonna-
in. Good guy, me in.
I was gonna put him in C because I respect you a lot more than I respect Kev. But
Fuck you.
Hey, watch the profanity.
Sorry,
there goes
sorry.
there goes the any chance of doing good on YouTube. No, I'm joking. I usually look at Wikipedia career highlights and awards when I decide if people are good, and all he has is Super Bowl champion. He doesn't have anything else cool.
That's a pretty
So,
big award, though. It's a pretty big award.
It is. But hey, you could also win that and be a bench player. So
I think he was.
not
was
that
like
he
a
is Chris.
400
Don't find me, Chris. But
He was like a 400-yard per year, like 30, 40 receptions, 400 yards, something like that. Like,
all right, Chris. Sorry, Chris. Crazy. I'm telling you in the eyes though. Something about him. He grinds.
He's a crazy looker.
All right, all right. We got. I don't know. This guy looks like. God damn it. We got Mr. Let me find out what he looks like, so I can pick him. I got him. All right. We got Mr. Kevin, not Henry. Falk.
Kevin Falk.
That's what you say, right? Falk or no?
Yeah.
Falk.
Yeah, Kevin Falk.
Kevin Falk.
Kev,
There
you
goes
kick
a-
it off.
Crazy last. You can't be having that last name like with kids around.
I agree.
Kevin Falk is how you do it. Yeah, Kevin Falk. I'm gonna go Falk. I'm gonna go B here. I think Kevin Falk is the ultimate Patriot. I'll be honest. I don't have the stats in front of me. That's on me for not prepping.
No, that's on me for not being good enough.
But I just think of there's no James White without Kevin Falk. He's the ultimate Patriot in my eyes. That third down back, that gotta have it yards, just was always there. Now I don't know if he was on that Super Bowl team. He might have been in the back end of those first three. He might have been on the last one.
He won 3.
Okay, so that's big.
He played
wasn't-
from 99 to 2011.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Changes things a little bit.
Kevin Falk was known as you're 100% right with there's no James White without him. And I want to hear your class, or actually I think you said your classification. But Kevin Falk was known for being a pass catcher.
Yes.
Like he was more than that. Like I think he was a maybe 20 to 30 yard per game back.
Yep.
But he was spread out. He was the security blanket, the very first security blanket for Tom Brady to really understand and get the offense going. So I think he was like 40, 50 receptions a year,
Yep.
something like that out of the backfield. So yeah,
Oh.
I'm with you on that though.
Yeah, I still think B. I think there's levels to this, and I think he's a B guy. I do.
Just a reliable player you want on your team, but not necessarily the star of the show.
Yeah.
Yep.
Looks like
Yeah.
he had a lot of. I'm just on his Wikipedia page. 900 rushing attempts, 450-ish receptions. So it sounds like he did to kind of do it all. And he had
And
he
he
was
definitely blocks
averaging
pretty
9
well,
yards.
I'm imagining.
Average 9 yards a reception, 4 yards a rush. Seems like I don't know football. But it
That's
seems
pretty
like
good. Yeah, no,
That's-
that's very good.
Those are more than zero.
He also returned kicks, returned punts. Like he was that guy that
Yeah.
did everything for them. So
True
yeah,
utility, dude.
I'm very comfortable and in agreement on a B tier for Kevin Falk.
Cool.
all right. What about Mr. Shane?
Mr. Shane Vereen.
Me and
Mr. Shane Vereen, yeah, he was one that was kind of up and down for me because short career for him. He fit the mold that they were typically going for in their dual threat running backs, guys that could do it all, and he was pretty darn good at it. I had him coming in a C tier. His career with the Patriots was pretty short, and he actually was only healthy half the time. That was kind of his big thing. It's just not being available all the time. I think he was there for like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, 4 years, only played 35 games.
Yeah. So he,
Yeah, that's crazy.
which he has about half. So, right. Yeah.
Something like that.
So I think for him, super productive when he was playing. Availability was an issue for him. But when he was on the field, he was a go-to. So for me, he's a touch higher than a Chris Hogan. But definitely back half of C tier.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Mian, and I think because of, I mean, he had 11 catches for 64 yards in that Seattle Super Bowl, and as we know, that Seattle Super Bowl kind of put Brady on the path that he ended up being on, and that's being the greatest football player of all time. So I think he was, he was also before James White, but a lot different. Not really, actually, but he was a hard working back and was one of those plug and play guys, similar to like a Danny Woodhead sort of dude. And I just remember him always. He was fast and he was reliable. Once again, that's the kind of people that Brady needed the most in the most crucial situations, and felt like he got it done a lot. So definitely not an F guy, not a B guy. C seems right about there.
All right, Mr. Shane, Mr. C. Let's see. What do we got? This guy, I freaking love the smile. I know him just by the smile. Mr. I'll probably say this wrong now, but Mr. Blount.
Well, Garrett Blunt.
It's really blunt. It has an O in it. Come on.
No, it's Blunt.
Is it really blunt?
Yeah.
I want to say blunt, but I saw the O. All right.
Matt, you want to know the craziest random stat about LeGarrette Blount?
Sure.
Most miles per game?
Most miles?
Smiles.
Miles. Yeah, probably. He had what, 18 touchdowns in one of those seasons, Kev?
Yep.
Randomly. Like he's an average running back.
Yep.
But potentially below average. Potentially a backup on most other teams. But he was huge, and he was a goal line dominating weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So when we talk about weapons, like, I think it was certainly an advantage for Brady in terms of being able to punch it in with him. Like, it was kind of one of those where goal
Get it
line
down the field. Yeah.
Yes. So I think he made Brady's life a whole lot easier. But I find it hard. I think that what's good about us doing this tier ranking is that most of these running backs are dual threats. He's one of two, probably him and Corey Dillon, that were just power backs and more just on the ground. So I find that interesting when we're talking about just like actual weapons, who he's throwing to, who's creating opportunity for Brady. He doesn't do that, but I can't scoff at the fact that he was huge in playoff runs in, I think, the Seattle Super Bowl run. And 17 touchdowns in a year is nothing to scoff over. So similarly, 18, yeah. So for me, back half C tier.
I'm fucking up. I'm talking over you and shouldn't use profanity. But no, I see 1,500 rushing attempts, only 64 receptions. So like you said, power back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So back half C tier for me.
What do you got, Kev, for Blunty?
Yeah, I always think, I try to think of like memorable games. Only 3 years in New England, I think C certainly fits the mold for him. I always go back to that AFC Championship game against the Colts where Deflategate was born, and he just ran down the Colts' throats. I think he had like 100 plus, maybe even 150 plus. Like, I think he had 3 tutters too.
42.
Yeah, he was amazing. And then he left us after the Falcons Super Bowl and beat us with the Eagles.
I see that. I do see that.
Yeah, so I think C is about right. Great while he was here. I think there's not much more to it.
All right, Mr. Blunt. Let's see. Who do I got next? We got, how about we do not Mr. Not Junior, and sorry that he's like 45 in this pick, but Troy Brown.
Yeah.
Looks real nice. Nice looking guy.
I'm going A here. I'm going A with Troy Brown.
With no justification, just bang.
No, there's justification. Start of the Patriots dynasty. Not the biggest guy. Worked his tail off. Had a huge punt return in the AFC Championship that Tom Brady was out. He's like the ultimate true Patriot, next to like a Teddy Bruschi or a Willie McGinnis. Like he was a big part of that culture and what generated the results even later on. And Tom Brady became Tom Brady because of the environment and the players he was around, and I think Troy Brown was a big part of that, and he continues to coach with the team. I know that's not part of the deadliest weapons, but if you think back to Tom Brady's best throw, it was against the Dolphins in overtime, I think either his rookie year or second year. It was, I think, one of the longest passes of his career. Troy Brown just happens to be on the other side. Statistically, I'm not sure he's there with, the Randy Mosses, obviously, or in terms of a career with, like, Antonio Brown or even Edelman. But at the same time, I think he deserves a spot just because of the type of player he is and what he's meant to that organization. And I think a lot of those players play a huge, huge role in who Tom Brady is and was as a quarterback in the NFL.
Can I say one quick thing that might boost him to S? Did you know he is an investor in Gansett Brewing?
Wow, that's nuts.
S tier. We need an X tier because he's just about it.
He's a legend, and you're not going to find anyone much like him. He did it all. Truthfully, did it all.
I see. He had 3 interceptions.
Yeah, literally, he did it all.
He also had the strip sack in the Chargers.
Yep.
It was
Yep.
like whatever
I didn't
it
even
was.
bring that up, but yeah. Great.
Yeah, he played defense. Obviously, Bill was like, this dude can do everything. He was a great receiver. He ran the ball for, I don't know, like I'm pretty sure he was rushing. He was also the punt and kick returner. He was kind of like one of the guys, if you talk about like the Patriot way and just what's become or what made their success in the multiple dynasties that you could argue. He's the guy. He's actually the emblem of what that means, I think. He's also still coaching with the Patriots, which is pretty cool. So just a Patriot for life. I got him in A tier as well. And I think, Kev, your explanation it'll be interesting to see, obviously, as we get through a couple of these guys that are fringe A tier, S tier,
Yep.
how he stacks up against some others. But I'm comfy with the A tier for Troy Brown.
Cool.
And now I'm just thinking about like soccer. When I played soccer, and you play striker, you play defense, you play like if I'm playing striker and I'm getting good at that, if someone puts me in D, it's a totally different game now. And like how smart do you have to be to play defense, to play offense, to it sounds like punt specialists. Like that's just takes big brain on Troy Brown for sure.
Yep, that's who Belichick wanted.
Not Junior. Is this Troy Brown Jr.'s dad or not at all?
I have
no way, right? Troy Brown Jr.'s like got to be like 26.
I don't know who Troy Brown Jr. is.
No way. Wait, all right. Next, we gotta get Troy Brown Jr. out here real quick. Let's see. Troy Brown Jr.
50 or something, so it could be
professional. Troy Brown Sr. is the dad. It is not. Okay, it is not him. Troy Brown Jr. is on the. He's on the Pistons. We won't talk about that. Okay. Sorry, Pistons. Okay, we got. I saw an interview of I forget who it was talking about the Pistons season. And the guy was just like, "I can't believe this is happening to us. I can't believe it." All right, I saw this guy had a rough breakup a couple years ago. That's what I learned from my Google search about him. Danny
Amendola,
who now I think his ex-girlfriend is now married to Christian McCaffrey. But sorry, that's the Matty Per pop culture.
And here's more pop culture for you. Olivia Copo's former Miss Rhode Island.
I saw that. I also saw that.
Yeah.
Joe Mazzulla is also from Rhode Island. Just won Banner 18. Not important, but kind of.
Kev loves basketball. All right, Danny.
Kev, why don't you start us off here for Danny?
Yeah, I'm. Oof, this is a tough one. Loved that we got him. Loved him when he was on the Rams. Always that frisky little dude. Huge catches for the Patriots. One that comes to mind is the game-clinching touchdown against the Jags in that AFC Championship game where Blake Bortles played out of his mind in the first half. I think in terms of this, he falls into I'm gonna go C here. I think Danny was a very, very good player, and I thought he had a great Patriots career. Um, but he's a fringe B, C guy for me. He was definitely a big part of that second run, but I'm gonna go C here.
Yeah, I'm pretty low on Danny. I he is not F tier, honestly, because I've got several F tiers that like have to be an F. So by default, he's gonna have to go in the next highest bracket, which is gonna be C. But I'd love to put him in F. Um, he was decent with the Patriots. Of course, he did everything that Kev just mentioned. But he was off injured.
Yep.
He was, I think he was 4 seasons or something like that. It was literally like one semi-productive season, one bad season, one semi-productive season, one bad
Wow.
season. Either where he was just unproductive or hurt.
He.
I loved Bill roasting
I was
him
about to bring it up. Yeah.
at the Brady roast because Bill was pretty like he was keeping things pretty light with everybody that he was roasting that was there. And then he took a nice stab at Danny Amendola. I wish I remember the exact verbiage, but he was basically like uh, Danny's career or like year stats are what Randy
Randy's.
Moss would get in a half
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah, it's nice
So,
having Danny getting 400. Randy Moss would do that in a half.
yeah. And that is obviously because Danny's been talking smack about Bill in the media for years, saying that
Oh.
he only want like he what they worked for Bill, but they played for Tom, which maybe that was true. But I just in the Apple TV doc, I thought he was adding to the slight. He was more on the side of Robert Kraft, which doesn't sit well with me. I don't think it sits well with a lot of Patriots fans. So judging this maybe more off things outside of performance, but there was nothing really to be excited about performance wise either. So a very unenthusiastic C minus for this.
Danny? Yeah, you got 600 yards, 200, like you said, me, and 600 yards, 200 yards, 600 yards, 200 yards, 600 yards. So it's like, Danny, pick one.
Yeah,
Come on,
exactly.
Danny.
It's very
But
true.
I mean, great. I mean, I don't really know football numbers, but I'm seeing like averaging 10 yards a catch. Like that's pretty solid. That's great. But yeah, it just sounds like you got to do it every season, Danny. You got to do it every season.
Yeah, just a nerd.
Just a nerd. All right, let's see. Let's see. We got Danny and C. What about Chris Godwin?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one for sure. Kev, kick it off.
Okay. Yeah. I'll. Godwin, in terms of stats, I don't know. He was certainly a big part on why Brady went there. Um, I actually think I'm going to go C with him as well. And I know we're filling that up, but
Hey, we'll fill it up for now. If we have to trim it, we'll trim it.
yeah, just I kind of find him in that second role. Obviously, Brady did not play with him as long, but Mike Evans is getting doubled a lot, and Chris Godwin made some big plays when it mattered, but he wasn't too memorable from the Super Bowl run in terms of. I'm sure he had some big catches, but none that come to mind. So I am gonna go C here. Not F, but certainly not B. I kind of have him where I think you have Danny. I think I'm a little higher on Amendola than you are, man, but at the same time, I think C is where he fits. For me, Godwin's a lower C guy, but definitely not an F.
Yeah, not enough for me either. He's going to fall in C tier. He was, I think he, honestly, obviously, Brady and Evans have had a great connection for the most, or had a great connection for the most part in his time in Tampa Bay. But his security blanket was Chris Godwin. Like, Chris
Hmm.
Godwin was the reception machine. Like, Mike Evans was your 3 receptions, 100 yards. Chris Godwin was your 8 receptions for 70 and a touchdown. To me, I don't think Mike Evans is nearly as productive without Chris Godwin. And I think you're right. That's a big part of why Tom went there. He was productive and he was really great for 3 seasons. but he is nothing more to me than an average weapon with this list. So I've got him squarely in C.
Chrissy God. Yeah, no, some good numbers.
Chrissy
Averaging.
God.
But that was his name, right?
Yeah.
Chrissy God.
Chrissy God. Yeah, I mean, averaging 15. I'm just looking at 15 yards a catch in the 2020 when they won the Super Bowl, and so he definitely seems like he's contributing a little bit, but I don't know much about him at all. This guy, I can only find the picture with the smoke around him. I don't know the name off the top of my head. If anyone wants to chime in, let's see. What was his name? There he is. And I gotta imagine it's pronounced Antoine Smith. It's not Antoine, right?
To be honest, this is one of the few that I really don't remember much of.
That's okay.
So
He's he's 52 years old, so that's reasonable.
I think he was like one of the guys there in '01.
Yeah,
Like,
I truthfully don't know either. Maybe that's bad. Maybe that's a bad part on me for not just taking
Bad
him out.
fan. Do you even like
Here's
the pass?
Here's what we're gonna do with Antoine Smith. We're gonna table him,
Okay.
if that's okay with you.
I appreciate that.
And we're gonna have him be the last pick of just where we got to put him.
Okay.
Fair.
I think
fair.
I've got a good pulse on everyone else that like I at
Yep.
least have an opinion on where they should
Yep.
go.
Yep.
Well, Antoine, I want to just apologize in advance for that if you ever see this, because we love you, and thank you for helping us get a ring. Maybe
Definitely a unique picture. So you got that going for him.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Never mind. Okay, Corey D.
Corey Diesel.
Corey Diesel.
I'll start me. I have him in B. I think he was Tom Brady's best pure running back. I mean,
A lot of yards on this guy. 12,000
Yeah, I mean- rushing
yards. Oh, 11,000 rushing yards.
yeah, he was a huge pickup, a big part of why we won that third Super Bowl. I think he ran for 1,600 yards. Tom Brady's really never had that. I think he topped at like 12, 13 touchdowns on the Patriots, but I remember how hard he ran and just like he unlocked a lot more for the Patriots. So I just think that's the best running back he's ever had.
Big words.
And so I think he deserves to be in B. I think he was a monster all 3 years that he was with the Patriots, and I think
he just looks big.
yeah, pure talent wise, I remember when we got him from the Bengals, like absolute beast. Just think, never wasn't there long enough to really get into that S tier, but he's better than the people that he's sharing that tier with Kevin Falk and James White. But at the end of the day, he just wasn't there long enough to be higher than a B, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a hard one. I'm right there with you. But I think my evaluation of what he did when he was there is a little bit higher for me. To me, he's in that A tier. I think he is the best running back that ever played with Tom Brady, and so that alone, and he was clearly the most productive. The only thing that hurts him is, of course, the short period of time that he was there, and the fact that he was relatively one-dimensional in terms of he was a hardcore power rusher, but he was damn good at that, and I think he had 10 touchdowns in every season, which is just, I mean, that's a guy that's incredibly productive at a running back position where I know that nowadays those are much more expendable. But I've got him in A tier as just the best at that position. We're talking about weapons. We're talking about running backs, wide receivers, tight ends. I don't think I can leave the best of one of those three groups not as high as A. So
it looks like that 1,600-yard season is like a top 40 yards of all time for running backs in history.
Yeah,
So that's pretty neat.
I'll agree to A. I think that's fair. He's right there on the fringe for me. I have no issue putting him in A. It's going to be
Liberal.
very interesting to see the rest of the field, but
You liberals and your flimsy opinions.
says
All
the guy
right.
in fucking Seattle.
Let's see. I
Sorry.
know. No, don't talk about it. Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to change it from within. No, we're not. Kevin and I have this weird thing where like we like trick people into. I know. We don't. Let's not get into that. Let's leave all that behind.
A liberal.
Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody.
No, Matt. So
right,
real
this
quick,
guy.
real
Go
quick,
ahead.
Matt. I don't want to get too far astray here, but someone.
I'm having the greatest day I've had in 6 years. By the way.
One of my coworkers came up to me and was like, we were talking about Seattle, and he was like, yeah, I would never move there. It rains every day. I was like, actually, one of my best friends lives out there, and it doesn't rain as much as you think it does.
It hasn't rained in like weeks. Never rains. straight up June to like October doesn't rain.
But I was like, it doesn't rain as much as you think, and no, people aren't just out there. They don't have villages of homeless people either.
You had a lot more homeless than a lot of other cities. I'll just say that. You had like you had like a take out Farmer's Almanac. Actually, I counted the inches last year. Let's go just by smile. Okay, all these guys are actually smiling besides this fella and Edelman. But this guy, great smile, Dion Brand. Maybe we'll do this again and just tier list them by smiles.
Just smiles.
Just smiles. That's what I'm into. But
D White
okay.
S tier.
Oh, sorry, not D White. D Branch.
No, D White is S tier though, and smiles.
Oh, and Blunt. Blunt's X tier.
X
All right, Dion Branch. What we got about Dion?
Me, and I'll let you start.
Yeah, Dion's a legend. Dion is definitely up there as far as best weapons of all time.
Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, did he had multiple stints?
2 stints, yeah.
He was a guy. That's a tough one for me too. I think it's similar to some of the other spots that we've had, guys. He was super consistent in terms of productivity every time he was around. I don't think he was ever like top of the line type guy that was putting up eye popping like numbers from what I can remember. But he was around for that first wave. I think he's a 3-time Super Bowl champion, if not 3. I feel like he had some of the beginning ones.
Dion's 2. Not that matters, but 2.
A 2-timer.
Okay, Kev. Okay.
I have Dion right on the fringe, but I think I'm gonna place him in B tier. Interested to see Kev's thoughts. He may have more memories than I, but anytime you get somebody coming back to New England, that makes me feel real nice.
Oh, and he had some good output. He came back and he had 700 yards each season, and then the last season it sounds like kind of fizzled out. But what do you got, Kev?
Yeah, I think he's an A guy. 6th all time out of Brady's people for touchdown receptions. I just think he was the ultimate gotta have it guy for Brady. I think he's I see the B, and I'll go there with you, Mian. I will. I'll settle.
I'm
a lot of liberal energy
more so.
from Kev.
No. More so because I don't think. I just think that the people that we have left have to be in. Some of these guys have to. It's going to be hard between the S and the A. Yeah. So I'll bring him to B. Although that is not an easy decision. But I think he's top 6. He had 28 receptions from touchdown receptions from Tom Brady. He was just an amazing dude. And then he came back, tried to give it his all, couldn't make it happen. I don't think he got a ring when he came back, but Super Bowl MVP, that certainly matters as well. But the stats are there to back it up as well. So,
yeah, fringe A guy. I that's a hard one.
We said we're beating him.
Yeah.
I have a question real quick. What is the stat FD? First downs, maybe?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I was like, what? Every Wikipedia page has like a different column with different stats. It's like all, anyways.
You should look at Sports Reference.
Actually, I'm gonna look at ESPN. Anyways,
I can't believe we're
Anyways.
45 minutes deep.
that's loving it. Let's see. Okay. Just love the name Philip. Let's go Philip. I don't even know which one that is. I don't think it's that guy. Are you Philip? Is this Philip?
No. Phil.
Are you Philip? I don't think you're. Are you Philip? That's Philip. That's got to be Phil, right? That's I just looked at that guy. That's not
No,
that's
that's
Brandon.
that's Brandon
That's
LaFell.
Brandon.
It's
Yeah.
middle. It's all the way to the left right now. It's Philip.
Yeah,
That's Philip?
Yeah, that's
We got him in the right spot. Philip, how you doing, Phil?
I'm good. How are you?
Doesn't sound like that. All right, what do you got for Phil?
Philip Dorsett is an F tier.
Yeah.
For me. Philip was a first round draft pick. Kind of the start of Bill flopping in terms of his ability to draft offensive talent, especially early in the draft. He wasn't like F tier sounds harsh. He wasn't awful, but he really wasn't great. Wasn't great for the Patriots. I think he played out as actually was he a first round draft pick?
I don't
By the
know.
Patriots.
Let me see. Philip.
We didn't draft
Maybe
him. I know that, but
We didn't draft him.
He was
Colts
first
drafted
round, 29th pick.
did
Okay.
the Colts draft him?
They did.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's new. He's a little bit newer, huh?
Yeah,
So-
I don't know if he's even still playing, but
Yeah, I don't know if
It seems like he's
either.
fizzling out. He's kind of like on and off.
Yeah, so there's nothing really noteworthy about him. He was kind of one of the group, like he's in the crop of receivers that were just like warm bodies that Tom was trying to make all stars on at the end of his career, and it just wasn't happening. He kind of like he's a step above a N'Keal Harry, but not by much.
no, he's a little higher than N'Keal.
He's a
N'Keal
little
Harry
bit-
lost
N'Keal Harry.
Tom Brady football games. Well, he didn't
Yeah.
step out of bounds, but he did.
He did. You're right. But no, like F tier sounds harsh. He wasn't awful, but he wasn't even average. He was.
Yeah, he wasn't great. I expected a lot more when we signed him. I do remember he had the first touchdown.
Wait, you guys lied to me. This is him?
Yeah. Right.
Is that him? I have this as David Patton. Is that incorrect?
Might be David Patton.
Wait, where are you?
I
Where are
actually
you,
don't think you have Philip Dorsett on here.
You're right. That is David
Wait,
Patton.
that's Phil. This is
Yeah,
Phil.
that is Phil. That is Phil.
Okay, we got it. Okay, we're back in action. I put him in the wrong one. Or I put David Patton in the wrong
Yeah. No.
prematurely.
Yep.
Okay,
yeah.
so anything else to say about
the
Phil?
only memorable thing I remember is 2018 AFC Championship game against the Chiefs. He had a touchdown reception. It might have been the first of that game. It's like the back corner. Tom Brady threw kind of a bomb to him. Not a bomb, but it was like 30-yard pass touchdown. So that was cool. But other than that, not very memorable.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Sorry about that, Phil. All right, how about David? David P.
Davey P.
DP. Ooh, my bad.
DP, I remember more than Antoine Smith, but not far off for me. So I'm relying on production here. And off of a production review, he strikes me as a B guy for us. He was around at really important times, it seems, in terms of early Super Bowl days. But nothing's eye popping for me. But I do see a lot of touchdown production. I think he was a big body target, probably like who they ended up getting Randy Moss to like become, like one of the first like real big deep ball threats. So I think there's merit to that. Seems higher to me than Danny Amendola in a C tier. So for that reason, I'm giving him a respectable B.
Yeah, see, it's hard. I'm gonna go B here as well. It's hard to have him in Deion Branch tier.
It's true.
But he did have more touchdown passes from Brady than Brown, Troy, that is.
Not Junior. Yeah, I'm seeing 800, a couple 800-yard seasons.
Yeah,
60 receptions.
He was certainly the like one of the 1A 1B guys while Brady was doing his thing in his early years. So let's throw him at a B there. I think that's certainly fair. Makes me reconsider the Deion Branch one.
You know what? Let's move Dion to A.
I'm with you on A. I'm with
purely
you.
on smiles.
Yeah.
Purely on smiles.
Yeah, good vibes, guys.
Although, look at David. Look at DB. He's smiling. All right.
R.I.P. to Dave Patton, by the way.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see. R.I.P. Wow.
Yeah.
Dang. Not that you guys to be wrong, but damn. R.I.P. Dave. I root for your legacy and everyone that you loved. All your loved ones. Damn. All right. That's crazy, dude. I mean, football, CT. I don't know if it was CT or what, but R.I.P. All right. Next. Let's see. We got. I'm trying not to go straight up off who's next. This fella. He's looking at us funny.
Mike Evans.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are mentioning him. He's weirdly enough, he's not on my list. He must have just snuck
You
in
had
there.
him on there originally.
Yeah, you did.
Oh no, he is on my list.
Yeah, he's an A guy to me.
Yep.
Top 5 all-time receptions from Brady in a short span of years. 36 touchdowns from Brady, 8 more than the next, which would be Deion. He's had a 1,000-yard season every year of his career. I think he's at 10 years in now. Just probably one of the, in terms of pure talent, receivers for Brady. Just obviously it was the Bucs career. We don't hold that as close to our hearts as we do for the Patriots, but he was Brady's guy. And even when he drew all that attention, he made stuff happen. So he can't go lower than A for me.
Oh, he's a good player. 13th all time on the touchdown list.
Yeah. No, he's an animal, and he's probably the most underrated wide receiver in like the last decade, I'd say.
Kind of looks like he wouldn't be grinding that hard, but he grinds, huh?
He's huge.
Is he?
He's a mammoth receiver. But I got you. I'm right with you, Kev. He was 3 years with Tom Brady. Randy Moss was obviously more productive. I think their team was also better when he was in New England. So I think production-wise, he was set up a little bit more to be successful. He was also right in the middle of Tom Brady's prime, not 40 plus. But he's catching footballs from 40 plus Tom Brady, which are not a ton of drop off, but 1,000 yards each and every one of those seasons with Tom.
Whether it was a Josh Freeman or a Jameis Winston, he
still had 1,000. So I'm right there with you. I feel really good about that. In terms of just weapons, it's 100% up there with the best just sheer talent that Tom's ever thrown to.
Well, since we're on the topic, how about another Mike Vrabel? Am I saying that right? Vrabel?
Yes.
This was one that
I just want to can I just apologize to Mike first, because Mike, I thought you were just a coach. Turns out you're a great player. I apologize.
It's hard because he was like the anchor. He talked a bunch of shit to Brady when he was younger. He was a menace. He just was a crazy, crazy guy in all the good ways. He's a pillar of the Patriot way. But
interesting. I just want to say, you say he talked crap, crazy, but he was the Patriot way as well. That seems like a contradictory statement.
More so on the field. There's numerous stories of Mike Vrabel just going at Brady, trying to piss him off, and that probably made Brady play better, right? It's hard. I almost texted you, Matt, to get him off the list, because it's I'm going to put him in B, because he had some big Super Bowl catches, but
offending me in. I just want to call out. Look at that.
I can't put him. I just can't. He's not a receiver. So I know he.
Yeah, what's up with this? Wait, so I apologize. Maybe I snuck him in. Is he a defensive player?
He is. Yeah, he was amazing.
Okay. We'll take that. I'll take that one. I'll take that on that one.
No,
I liked it as a wild card.
I did too.
I'm
fine. I'm fine with keeping him. He definitely had big touchdowns, and it's crazy he had 10 from Tom Brady. I just like the guys that are in A. The talent has to be there in terms of like pure receivers. So I that's why I
Wait,
think
you said he had 10. He had 10 touchdowns.
he did.
I'm not even seeing that on his stats. See, he probably has too many crazy stats even to put down there.
Okay, yeah, but all right. So I think
I love that. This is such a Matt thing. I love that he's on here.
it's great. First time that we're wildly disagreeing, Kev. Mike Vrabel is an F tier in terms of offensive weapons for Tom Brady. The dude has 13 career receiving yards. He's an offensive line. I mean, he's an outside linebacker. He's not an offensive weapon. Like, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think there's merit to it. I was like, okay, could he be C? But
You're gonna put him in the same tier as a murderer?
I'm gonna put him in the
All right,
same.
that murderer wasn't he? That murderer. We'll get to it.
Matt.
Wasn't he a murderer, an incredible player?
Yes, but we'll get there. Kev, you have him in the same tier as an offensive weapon as Kevin Falk. As all these dudes who are just nasty offensively.
I thought I could get it by you. I did. I'm stupid. I thought I could get it by him.
You spoke well. You spoke well.
Oh man, no.
But he had
F tier.
huge touchdown passes, Super Bowl touchdown passes. Like,
I understand that. But Tom Brady also had Super Bowl catches or like had touchdown catches in playoff games.
Okay,
and he could not
maybe.
be. He would be the worst offensive.
Matt, can you
weapon.
look that up? Did Tom Brady ever? I don't. Has he?
It might not have been through playoff touchdowns. At least.
I'm interested to see if he's ever gotten a receiving touchdown.
Who?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Can you look that up real quick?
Receiving touchdown. 0.
How many?
What? Is that not what you wanted? The answer?
I know. I love it. That's
what you asked me. How many? I gave you. The
I
number.
know. I'm just laughing because me and Go's playoff touchdown receptions, and he didn't have any in his whole career. Mike Vrabel, I just like. I get it. I understand. He's a defensive player, and that should not play into anything. But the catches he had, I don't think Phil Dorsett had a touchdown pass in the Super Bowl. Shit, I don't think Chris Hogan had one in the Super Bowl. And he sure as hell didn't shoot and kill people.
I love that he's on here just in a Chiefs uniform
I know.
too. Just totally out.
But guess what? You know what? You know why he was so wide open in the Super Bowl touchdowns that he had? It's because he was a fucking linebacker, and no one expected him to do anything but block.
All right,
So,
I'll
no.
keep him in F. I get it.
Oh man.
You and I could have caught those touchdown passes.
I would have gotten bodied.
Imagine Kev getting leveled. I might pay for that. That's my Make-A-Wish. We'll hire like someone just level Kev.
You could
All
be
right.
eligible.
Zeb
right.
Sullivan already did that. To
Yeah,
me.
he did. That was
All
tough.
right.
I was in a
Shout
gorilla.
out Zeb. The Z word. All right. We
I
got,
have nightmares about gorillas now.
jeez, the gorilla suit. We got good memories. Good memories. All right, Brandon LaFell.
Okay.
F.
Someone speak.
F.
So, yeah. If I can have 5 F tiers, he's an F tier for me.
Yeah.
Because
But
'Cause I have-
BCS national champion.
Was he really?
It sounds like he was.
I have
Sounds like he was.
LSU. He was, Kevin. I apologize.
Oh, thank you.
who's our first F tier all the way to the left?
Chris Hogan.
Chris Hogan.
I got this zoomed in because it's actually hilarious.
Oh, is it really small?
You can zoom in on it, but if you look at like Troy Brown next to Corey Dillon, it's like very funny looking.
Oh, you mean like because of the gray backgrounds and stuff?
Yeah, just like they don't look like. Yeah, it's just funny. They look funny.
Yeah, they look like dads. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, he probably has many kids. But look, I took what I could get, and I took what I could get. Yeah, this is mom and pop or mom and pop show.
Yeah,
Good job.
actually-
You did a great job. I'm just.
Appreciate it. All right, Brandon.
I can't put Brandon in F tier, because of
1,000 yards. 1,000 yards. 2014.
because of who we have already in F tier and who else I need to add to F tier. So to me, I think Brandon LaFell is F tier. But
I just
Chris
can't
Hogan,
believe you guys didn't tell me Mike Vrabel's a defensive player. You guys had like 2 days to tell me.
No, I thought I think I might have even had him typed in to remove him, and I'm like, actually, that's kind of funny.
I
Oh
didn't,
man,
I didn't mind it. I just thought it was.
I
A good
love
one.
it. I love it.
But yeah, Kev, I don't know. To me, it comes down to like you got Chris Hogan or Philip or Brandon LaFell. Like who's higher in your opinion? Like that's
Well,
kind
I
of
think
what it comes down
LaFell. I think he had actually bigger catches.
to. Yeah. No, that's why I think I have LaFell in C. But
Okay,
we're
I'll live with C. I'll live with C.
we're pretty
Liberal.
stacked there too, though. So I don't know.
Only 2 seasons. I mean, he did have 1,500 yards, averaged 13 and a half yards a catch, 7, no touchdowns the second season, despite averaging 14 yards a catch. But all right, we're done with Brandon.
We're done
Yeah,
with B.
C.
B fell.
Be felt. All right, we're getting into the juicy stuff. This guy, I don't know why, like childhood memories. Should we just go to like potential GOAT? Wessie.
Yeah.
Oh, also, okay. I just want to say S tier name, sick name,
Oh yeah.
sick name.
He's
Like,
got an
makes
S
me
tier
ashamed.
name, and he's
My stupid name.
absolutely, undoubtedly an S tier player.
Could you just gas him up? Gas him up.
A man who needs no introduction. I think he had 5 1,000-yard seasons with the Patriots. Not a Super Bowl champion, maybe partly because of him and dropping a big crucial pass. That would be Wes Welker.
Yeah. Obvious S tier. You know, I think I'm not. I don't have it pulled up, so I'm paraphrasing this.
I do.
But in 6 seasons, he averaged over 100 receptions, over 1,000 yards, and 6 or more 6 touchdowns. That was his average for the better part of 6 seasons. Those 3 categories have been done, I think, 12 times in the last over a decade. Like 12 times has that happened, and he averaged it for 6 straight seasons. So just in terms of consistency in production and just always being there, as that middle of the field guy, I mean, more than half the time you knew the ball was going to Wes. So,
Loved throwing to him in Madden. Loved it.
Dude, he
Oh,
was
yeah.
so good.
Slants.
And he is the ultimate, Julian Edelman. Like, there's just no Julian Edelman without a Wes Welker. That's just how it happened. Wes Welker.
Yeah, these numbers are insane.
Yeah.
Led the league 3 seasons for receptions. It looks like.
And I want to say he.
He has. I told you guys about. Sorry, Kev. I told you about the Wikipedia that gets me going. His list is long.
Yeah.
His list of things is long.
He's certainly.
Most seasons with 105 receptions. Most seasons with 110. That's kind of all the same record. But just most seasons with this. Most seasons with that. Most games with this. Bang.
crazy.
Also,
Yeah.
beautiful eyes.
He looks like a crazy person now.
Yeah, he kind of does.
So.
Craziest thing is that he left us and went to play with Peyton Manning and won a Super Bowl. So
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
Wait, he won a Super Bowl?
he won a Super Bowl when Peyton Manning threw for 60 touchdowns in a season.
Wait, sorry, I might be speaking out of line here, but I am seeing that Wes Welker has not won a Super Bowl.
When did he? Wasn't he? Kev, didn't he leave to go play with Peyton?
I know he did.
And didn't they win the Super Bowl?
Tied the Super Bowl record of 11 receptions.
No,
Patriots
you're
wins the
right.
Super Bowl.
I think they
What
won
year
the
was
year.
2014 Denver Broncos season is Manning.
They might have won. No, because they
No, he
won.
didn't.
Hoping to compete for another Super Bowl run following the 43-8 loss. I don't know. I don't want to get too boring here, but I trust Wikipedia with my life, and I see he did not win.
2016.
Oh, you're right.
Does
He
Wes
left a year
Welker
early.
have a Super Bowl.
Never mind.
Wes Welker did not
He's like
win
the
it.
ultimate concussion guy too.
Yeah.
Of our
Oh, like
era,
C- like
I'd say.
CT like
he
CTE.
got look. You could probably find compilation clips of him just getting murdered on the field.
Dang, crazy that 2 of these best guys have no Super Bowls. Sad. I still can't believe Randy Moss didn't have a Super Bowl. That's insane.
Yeah,
to me.
it's so sad.
I gotta stop spreading misinformation.
No worries. I'm here. We got Jamie 2.0. No, Jamie's a beast. But Let's see. All right, we got some funny guys left. Let's go. Maybe last not funny guy.
Yeah.
Julian.
Yeah, I think he's an
Julian's
S guy.
weird. Julian, I hear people say Hall of Famer. I hear people say, he wasn't that good. Like, what do you guys think?
He's debatably a Hall of Famer. I don't think he gets in.
No, I don't either.
I debate it. Like, it's hard for me to put him in S tier, I'll be honest, but he did win a Super Bowl MVP. He was Tom Brady's right-hand man. In the years that Tom Brady did not have a lot of help, Julian Edelman was there. Kind of an ultimate Patriot guy, similar to Troy Brown. You know, he did it all.
Yeah.
I'm certainly on the S tier, but he's fringe A for me as well.
Yeah, he's S tier for me, and for all the reasons that you just said, I do wonder if I have any sort of recency bias with this, because I think there's probably, like, on paper, a lot of overlap with some of the guys that we have in A tier. But Julian's just, I think, a fan favorite for sure. A guy that is very open about, like, his process, like, probably shared more about, like, what it's been like being a Patriot with his podcast and the interviews and the media that he does. And just a guy that was so low on the totem pole, and really grinded, as a lot of these guys did, but I feel like I just kind of know his story a little bit more, so more of a connection to him. He, potentially on paper could be an A tier kind of guy, but the intangibles, the Super Bowl catch, the fanfare bumps him up to S tier for me.
Julian? Cav, you want a rebuttal? Or are you S-ing?
No, I think he's S, but it's hard because, like, Deion Branch, maybe if he played another few years, like, bumps him out of there, or if he played with Mike Evans a little longer, but it's not really how that went down. So, yeah, I got to go Julian for sure. And S.
All right. Congratulations, Julian. You made it to the Buzz Talk S tier. Tier talk. All right, we got Aaron, baby. Aaron, fan favorite.
Yeah.
What the probably the biggest what ifs, not just
Is
from
this
an
like the
individual
saddest story
career.
in football? Like literally in football?
It's got to be one of the saddest stories in sports, just in terms of how he, his upbringing, hooking up with his high school quarterback. Nothing wrong with that, but just definitely wild. Yeah, just tough. Can't kill people and end up in anything but F. Tough. And he got some major heat on the Tom Brady roast, too, which I don't.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Yeah. I think these next two, the next guy after him is another big what if for Tom Brady, if he could keep his brain screwed on tightly, but not the case.
CTE. Gotta shout out CTE. Not necessary. I gotta feel for Antonio a little bit. These football players, you gotta wonder.
Also with Aaron, like I think they found like he had very, very bad CTE, but I think he was like he used to smoke like I forgot what they call it, but it's like rat poison. Like growing up, he's from Bristol, Connecticut
cigarettes?
too. No, but it was like some crazy drug. Anyways,
size from Bristol.
Yeah, I'm going F here. I think me and would probably agree.
I do. Yep. Yeah, nothing to add. I mean, he was.
I watched some stuff recently about his teammates. I forget who was talking about him, but it sounds like he was a crazy teammate.
Wes Welker was
I think
like.
it might have been.
Wes Welker in the documentary was like, dude, the kind of shit that he'd be saying at our locker room, like, I forget who he went up to, but he went up to somebody who ended up coming onto the team, whose locker was right next to Aaron, and Wes was like, bro, like, be careful.
And Bill loved him.
Yeah, Bill loved him.
Really?
Kraft loved him too, and
big handsome guy.
I hated that how they put him in the Dynasty Apple TV was honestly pretty bad. That was a hit piece on Belichick, specifically that episode. So not good. Kraft also said that Kraft said there had to be a meaning behind why he murdered somebody. So on the documentary. So that was, interesting in itself.
Last thing I'll say is he lived a little longer than I expected. It sounds like his only played 3 years for the Pats and then actually didn't die until 5 years later. I thought it was a lot more coinciding with his football career.
Sad story.
Yeah.
Sad story.
All right, we got an interesting story next. AB.
Yeah, I'm F all day.
Yep.
Didn't really. It sounds like incredible career, but not incredible Tom Brady weapon. Or I don't even know if incredible career is right, but it sounds like he's very good.
Meehan and I witnessed his first game with Tom Brady and his only game as a Patriot.
That's a Patriot.
In Miami, and it looked insane. Like Tom Brady was trying to give him the ball on every occasion. I think the Patriots won like 45-3 that day, on that hot like September day. And
we saw Josh Rosen and Ryan Fitzpatrick play quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. That went like 3-13 that year.
But Antonio Brown caught a touchdown in the back corner of the end zone, jumped in the stands. It was an all-time moment for us because it's like, oh my God, the Patriots are about to be disgusting. And then he was he was texting some girl, but just a spiraling curve.
Wait, excuse me, what was that?
It was something he did about like texting this girl, and he got kicked off the team, and maybe it was a Belichick power move over Brady or something like that.
Dude, they signed him. They signed him to a 1-year, $10 million deal, and he played one game, and he got all $10 million.
That's how sports work. Sports money.
Well, now I believe he filed for bankruptcy too.
Yeah, no surprise.
He is, I think, dominant dynamic duo. I don't know if you guys are aware. He is Kanye West's head of fashion for Donda Sports.
Yeah, they're so weird.
That's incredible. That's
So
incredible.
weird.
Probably bipolar. Welcome to the club. We're chosen, baby. We're chosen. But that's a whole different topic. We got, all right, we got our last boy. We got Antoine. I figure it's Antoine.
Congratulations, Antoine. You are a B tier.
Let's go, Antoine. Let's go. Oh, wait. Antoine, let's go.
Trying to justify it.
Yeah, tell me what you think about Antoine, Kev.
I just don't. I hate that I don't know anything on him. That one got by me.
Pats fan, Kev.
That one got by me.
I mean, 7,000 rushing yards, so it sounds like a little bit more of a rusher. Yeah, only 3. It sounds like he's kind of a pure running back.
Yeah, it looks like with the Patriots, he was like 20 to 30 receptions.
I don't know. I can't gauge numbers because I'd always expect football numbers to be higher. But like you said, me and Wes Welker averaged 6 touchdowns like a season. Like that doesn't seem like a high number to me, but I know it's a lot. Like you're scoring in every other game.
I wonder when we post this, who knows who the last person in B is.
So if you are watching this, we love you. And just leave the most detailed Antoine comment, please.
That'd be amazing.
Give us everything.
And Jabbar Gaffney, if you have any thoughts on Jabbar
Gaffney. Amazing
Kevin
guy.
cut him. I
did cut him.
No name legend.
I think this was pretty successful.
I think this was an incredible hour and 12 minutes.
This was probably this is the stuff that I really love doing. Not to say I don't love Buzz Talk because that's not true either. But this tickles my fancy.
This was I don't even know any of these players, and this was a blast.
I definitely think we'll have to do this again, Meehan, at some point.
It feels like football season. Me being on here, it's nice to be here in different parts, different times. Of the year.
Matt wasn't on, and I never got Meehan on.
Can we shout out greatest guy in the world, Connor Meehan?
Goat.
Yeah,
we'll never ever.
Wait, can I ask you, Meehan? How do you have any tips for us? How do you do it?
You just no,
One day we'll share.
He was about to give us the secrets, and he goes, never mind.
No. The way that Matt and I talk privately about Meehan is pretty incredible stuff.
It's I would say inappropriate.
I don't know about that. I think it's pod worthy, but it's just will never. It sucks. It sucks waking up going to work to my 9 to 5 and thinking that I'll never be Connor Meehan in any regard.
Oh, I'm gonna talk to my. I'm talking to my therapist about it tomorrow for sure. For sure, it's a big talking point. Big talking point. I feels like he got it from the start.
Well, I appreciate you fellas. The second episode of the week.
Thank you to the fans. Thank you. I hope you guys love this. Let us know how you like it.
If someone gets this far, I'll pay you $5.
Maybe we'll just leave we're gonna leave like a what's it called, like a little link, so you can just click right to this moment.
Also, Matt, I know this is off air stuff, but no hiccups in terms of delays or anything like that, and that's
Oh yeah, and I'm not even using my Ethernet cable.
Yeah.
we're in business. We're grinding.
Crushed it, guys.
Yeah, we do this. We do this.
Proud
me
of
and-
you.
me
You
and
guys
do
are
this.
doing great. You guys are doing great.
all right. Love you guys.
See you, boys.
Legends. See you guys.